Okay, so let's talk about one of the most critical decisions a nonprofit has to make, picking a community platform. It's not just some tech thing you check off a list. It is absolutely mission critical. You get it right and boom, you've created this amazing, thriving hub for your cause. But if you get it wrong, well, you're left with what feels like an empty digital room. It's costly, it's silent, and it's a huge waste. So, how do we make sure we're building a real community and not just another empty platform? Let's walk through the playbook together. This quote right here, this is pretty much the golden rule of the entire game. It is so tempting to get distracted by shiny new tools, all the impressive feature lists and cool demos. But we have to fight that urge. We have to constantly pull ourselves back to the most fundamental question. What problem are we actually trying to solve here? And if you need proof for why that rule matters so much, just listen to this story. There was a team that spent 6 straight weeks building what they thought was the perfect platform. They launched it and crickets, nothing. Why? Because they'd flawlessly solved a problem that nobody actually had. So they did what they should have done from the very beginning. They went and talked to their users. And that new version, the one that actually worked, it took them only 2 weeks. The lesson here is just so powerful. Understanding the real need is always faster than perfecting the wrong solution. So to make sure we don't fall into that same trap, we're going to follow a really clear strategic roadmap. First up, we'll pinpoint the biggest pitfall you've got to avoid. Then we'll literally create a map of your specific needs, and we'll use that to navigate a simple selection framework. After that, we'll cover what to do after you choose a tool to make sure it actually succeeds. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with 5 core principles to guide you. All right, let's dive right in. Section 1, and the big one, the mission first mistake. This is what happens when we grab a tool just because it's popular or because we saw some big company using it. We completely forget to ask the most important question. Does this actually serve our unique mission and our community? It's such a costly mistake, and all it leads to is wasted money, wasted time, and a really frustrated team. So, how do we avoid that mistake? It's simple. We need a map. Before we even glance at a specific platform or a brand name, we have to diagnose our own needs first. Who are we trying to connect? And more importantly, why? That whole diagnosis process starts by understanding the 3 main buckets of community needs. For the most part, a nonprofit's needs are going to fall into one of these 3 big buckets. First, there's internal collaboration. This is just about helping your own team work better together. Simple. Second, there's community building. Now, this is for your external folks, creating a space for your members, your donors, or the people you serve. And third, we have sector collaboration, which is all about connecting with other nonprofits to share knowledge and tackle bigger issues. Just knowing which bucket you're primarily aiming for is a massive first step. And here's kind of how some of the big names out there map to those needs. For your internal teams, yeah, Slack is the classic choice. It's fast, it's efficient. But if you're building a dedicated member community, a tool like Circle is purpose-built for exactly that. For collaborating across the sector, a niche platform like nonprofits.club has features you just won't find anywhere else. And of course, for casual, low-effort engagement with your supporters, you really can't beat the massive built-in audience of a Facebook group. But as you can see, every single one of these is a trade-off. There's no single perfect tool. Okay, so we've mapped the territory, we've seen the major players. Now it's time to actually make a decision. Section 3 is our practical compass. It's a super simple framework that's going to help you choose with a lot more confidence. And this, right here, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? The goal is not to find the universally best platform on the market. That doesn't exist. The goal is to find the right platform for your specific mission, for your team, and for your community's goals. This framework is going to make the decision incredibly simple. Think of it like your decision-making cheat sheet. For a small internal team, under 20 people, just use Slack. Don't overthink it. A larger internal team, stick with Slack, but get a little smarter about your integrations. Building a dedicated member community, you're going to need a purpose-built tool like Circle. Connecting with your peers at other nonprofits, a sector-specific network is your best bet, hands down. And for your casual supporters, a Facebook group is a complete no-brainer. See? Simple. But, and this is a big but, choosing the tool is only half the battle, maybe even less than half. A successful community isn't something you just install. It's something you have to actively nurture and grow. So in Section 4, we're going to look at how you go from just launching something to creating real, lasting engagement. Here is your essential launch checklist. These are the non-negotiables. First, be crystal clear on the purpose. Why should anyone even show up? Second, set the rules of the road, the communication norms. Third, you absolutely 100% must have a dedicated moderator. And please, whatever you do, never launch an empty room. Seed it with interesting content first. Finally, make it easy to find, and then be patient. Real communities do not just pop up overnight. And this quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of the matter. The biggest challenge is never technical. It's human. You can have the most expensive, most feature-rich, most beautiful platform in the world, but it is a total, complete failure if no one ever logs in. Your job isn't just to build the space, it's to consistently give people a reason to show up and a reason to stay. All right, for our last section, let's zoom out a bit. Let's move from the specific tactics to the strategic mindset that should really be guiding all of your technology decisions. These 5 principles are what will ensure your tools don't just work, but that they actually drive your mission forward. Think of these 5 principles as your North Star, your strategic foundation. 1. Alignment over adoption. Choose what fits your mission, not what's trendy. 2. Be people-centered. Involve your actual users in the decision from day one. 3. Measure what matters. Focus on the impact on your mission, not just vanity metrics like clicks and logins. 4. Iterate. Don't install. Start small, get feedback, and scale what's actually working. And 5, maybe the most important of all, maintain human judgment. A tool is there to support your values, not replace them. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this one last crucial question to think about. After hearing all this, what is the one change that would meaningfully improve your work, but, it takes a little bit of courage to actually implement? Is it adopting a new tool? Maybe it's finally getting rid of an old one that isn't working? Or maybe it's just having the courage to stop everything and ask, what problem are we really trying to solve here? Answering that question honestly, well, that's where the real work begins.